This video will walk you through how to create a course or multiple courses inside your MyLanguageLab account. This video is meant for instructors that are creating and managing their own courses independently. If you are a coordinator and would like to set up a coordinator course for you and your fellow colleagues, we have a separate tutorial video walking you through how to set your course up in a coordinator view style. Once you have a login name and password from your Pearson representative, go to mylanguagelabs.com and click the Sign In button. From here, you'll be able to enter in the login name and password that you were given and log into your account. Once you are logged in, you will come to your My Courses page. One of the first things you should do after logging into your course the very first time is to check your time zone setting. Go up in the upper right-hand corner and choose the My Profile link. Our My Language Labs will be default set to Eastern Time. However, if you are on Central, Mountain, or Pacific Time, or anywhere else, you will need to set your time zone. Simply just click on the drop-down menu and select the time zone from the list. Click Save and your profile will be updated. This time zone setting will be saved in your account, and so you will not need to adjust this time zone every semester. This will always be saved, and each course you set up or copy will always be set to this specific time zone that you set here. You can always come back at any time and change your time zone and update it. Click Save and you'll be done. Now you are ready to create your course or multiple courses. To create your course, you will need to search the catalog over on the right-hand side. You have two ways to search for your textbook. You can search by entering in the textbook name, author, or ISBN number, or you can also browse by discipline and choose the discipline from your list. I'm going to type in the name of a textbook, and this video will cover any type of MyLanguageLab course or link. Click Search, and the textbook course will now appear. Please note too, we may have multiple editions available inside our course catalog, so please make sure you select the appropriate edition that you are currently using. Also, one other very important point to make is that we have two versions of the course available to you. There's no right or wrong here, but simply you have the ability to choose how you would like to set up your course. Some instructors may want to choose the course version. You can tell it's the course version because it'll say so in red, and also you'll see a button next to the name of your title called Select Course. Further down the page, you'll notice for the 6th edition of Arriba that we also have a Create Program option. So which version should you select? Well, I'm here to help. If you are just teaching one section or course, or if you're teaching multiple courses, but you will not be making assignments ahead of time, that is, you might be making assignments as you go throughout the semester, you can choose Select Course, and this will create one course for you of all the content that goes with your book, and you'll be able then to go in and make assignments and set up your course. You would then come back and select this option again to create other courses and sections that you'll be teaching from this textbook. We have one other way called Create Program. If you are an instructor that you know will be teaching multiple sections of the same course, for example, Spanish 101, you're going to be teaching 3 sections. This rule can also be applied to any other department or language. You can choose Create Program and create a template that you can then go in and modify, create assignments, and then create multiple sections or courses off of that master. You will need to set up your template first and then create your sections. And from that moment on, each section will be an independent course, and you could then modify and change any of those sections independently. This is a great option to choose if you know ahead of time what assignments you're going to have, and if you know you're going to be making a lot of preference changes and uploading documents and doing a lot of changes inside your course. Under Select Course, you still have the same functionality and ability to do anything you can do in a program, except that that particular course will be independent and you will not have a master template. I will now walk you through how to select course and also how to create program. First, let's do Select Course. Once you find your title, click Select Course, and now you will fill out some basic course information. Keeping in mind the name that you create here will be the actual name of your live course or section. So this will also be the name your students will see when they enroll into your MyLanguageLab course. You can always edit this name later, and keeping in mind that this should be something relevant that will also make sense to your students. For an example, I'm going to type in Spanish 100, Section 1. Again, this can be applied to any language or any discipline. You will then choose your start and end date. These start and end dates will dictate the day your student will be able to enroll into your MyLanguageLab course and appear in your gradebook. And the end date will also dictate for your students the last day that they'll have access to your particular section. These start and end dates do not have to do with the student's access code purchase. This is purely for your course content only. You can select your end date or start date by clicking on the calendar icon and scrolling forward and back through time to choose the date that you would like to select. You can provide a description if you'd like, and your students would see this as well, but it is not required. Once you are done, click Create Course. And now you'll be brought back to your My Courses page where you will have a notification that your course is being prepared. Notice too, right away, you will have a course ID number. This course ID number is very important. This is the number you must give to your students so that after they register for their MyLanguageLab login name and password, the first time they sign in, they'll be asked to click on Enroll in a Course and type in a course ID that you will provide to them. They will not be able to look up this course ID without you giving it to them. After a few minutes, your course link will appear and you'll be able to click and access your course. Now let's go over how to create a program. Click Create Program, and now you'll be asked to give your program a name. Now this is different than setting up a course. When you're setting up a program, you're setting up a program administration ability, and so the name that you select here is an internal name just for you inside your course management. The name you select here will only be seen by you, and later on, once you create your program, you'll then be able to name your specific sections and courses that your students will see. This name cannot be altered or edited after the fact. Now, no one will see this but yourself, but keep that in mind the first time you create this program, that you'll be able to manage multiple semesters through this program. Please keep in mind that you will not be able to edit or change this name later, but also know that you are the only person that can see this name that you're about to create. Once you create your program and set up your template, when you do create sections from that template, you'll be able to name your live course and sections that your students will end up seeing. Also keep in mind you'll be able to use this program for future semesters, as you can copy templates and sections. And so you may not want to put any timestamp or date on the name because you could end up using it into future semesters. You would want to keep it something generic, but still relevant to you and your course. Also, any description you type will only be seen by you. Again, there'll be a place later on to create your actual live section or course. Once you are done, click Create Program, and you'll be brought back out to your My Courses page. Notice there's a difference in look between a course and a program. To access your program course, click on the name of the program that you created off the catalog. Notice now you'll come to a program administration area. This is the place where you can manage multiple course sections all under the same program. And you can copy and utilize this program from semester to semester. Notice the first page you land on is a Manage Course Templates page. Please note that this template will take a few minutes to load when you first create it off the catalog. So please be a little patient and come back and you will have your template loaded. It usually takes anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes up to an hour. Once your template is loaded, you'll have a link to click on to access it. Please note, a template is not a live course. You can utilize this template to help save you time if you're teaching more than one section at a time during a semester. If you know ahead of time what assignments you would like to have set in your course or courses, and also if you are planning on making a lot of customization changes to settings or to the gradebook, or uploading documents or creating your own activities or online testing, you can do all of this one time in your template ahead of time. Once you've set up your template the way you would like your courses to be set up, you can then create your live courses. Please note too, you will never see any student data in your template. So you must create a live course and distribute the live course or section ID out to your students so they are able to enroll into your MyLanguageLab course. To access your template, click on the link and notice it will jump you right into the today's view of your template. You can then utilize this template to set up any of your assignments, your gradebook, and arrange any preferences that you may choose to do, including organizing any material and also uploading some of your own content. Once you've set up the template the way you want, you can click Return to Program, and every time you log in, you will always have access to this program administration area. Once you're ready to create your live courses or sections, you will have to go to a separate area in the program administration. Click Sections in the upper left-hand corner, and now you're at a place where you can manage your sections. I'm now going to go over the steps on how to create a section or multiple sections. Know that when you create a section, you're actually creating a copy of the template that you have in your course. And anything you've done to the template prior to creating your section will be copied and included in the section when you make it. Once your section is created, it is a separate and independent section. So any future changes or anything else you'd like to add will need to be changed at the section level itself, which you can access right from the section page at any time. To create a section or sections, all you'll need to do is click the Add button from your Sections area. By clicking Add, a new window will open where now you're able to name your section. This name is the name that your students will see when they enroll and work inside your MyLanguageLab course. So please keep that in mind when you're naming this. You'd want to name this something that will be familiar to them. For example, I'm going to name this section Spanish 100, Section 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Notice too, you can select one of the content templates. All you need to do is select from the drop-down arrow and you'll see any templates that you have loaded in your template area. Please note that you can have multiple templates in your template area. And so if you wanted to create a template for your Monday, Wednesday, Friday courses and a separate template for your Tuesday, Thursday courses, you could. And you would be able to select from either one from the drop-down menu once they are created in your template area. You can also rename your templates very easily by editing the template information on the template page. Just simply make sure you select the correct template. Again, by selecting this template, any changes or preference settings or any of the material or assignments you've created in that template prior to creating your section will be made and created in the section that you're creating at this moment. Notice too, you can also select the number of sections you'd like to create. This is completely up to you, and you can always come back and create more sections at any time. You can choose to create 2 sections by selecting 2 from the list. Notice now you will have to choose a start and end date. Again, these start and end dates apply specifically to your students and reflect how long you would like your students to have access specifically to these particular section or sections. Again, this does not have to do with your students' access to be able to log into a MyLanguageLab course. Choose from the month icon to select the date. Note too, your students will not be able to utilize your section or course ID until after the date you have selected here. So please keep that in mind when you are selecting a start date. The end date also you select by clicking on the month, and you can scroll forward to any date in the future and select an end date. Please note too, you can always come back at any time and update or change your start and end dates. You can provide a description if you want, but it's not mandatory. Your students would see any description you do decide to type in this box. Once you're done, click Save. And notice you'll see a message indicating that you have successfully told our system to create sections for you, and know that it may take up to 24 hours. This usually takes a lot quicker, and your sections could be ready within the hour. All you need to do at this point is just check back. You can feel free to log out of your course, or if you have other sections already created or other courses created in your account, you can feel free to move about and do anything you need to do. Once your sections have been created, they will appear on your Sections tab in your Program Administration area. Notice they'll load and fill in the columns here. A couple things to note is that you can change the name of your sections once they've loaded by going to the Options arrow next to the section you wish to change and clicking on the Options arrow and selecting Edit. This will allow you to come back and edit any of the start and end dates, and also to edit the name of the section. And so if you'd like to name your second section a different name, you can do so by clicking Edit. You can then change this section to a different time. Once you're done, click Update, and the section name will be updated right away. A couple important things to note. First of all, notice that each section that you create on your sections page has a separate section ID number. This is a very important number, and you will need to give your students that you want to enroll in a particular section the section ID number that is located next to it. This is their course ID number that they'll be asked to enter in when they first log in or register to a MyLanguageLab course. They cannot get this number without you, so please make sure you do provide this to the appropriate section. Also note, to access your section, you can then just always come to the Sections tab and click on the name of a section. You will then be brought into that section, and you can always return back to a different section by clicking Return to Program in the upper right-hand corner. Notice too, you'll always be told what section you are in and your specific section ID number in the upper right-hand corner of your course. By clicking Return to Program, you'll be brought back out to your Program Administration area, and you can then easily click into another section. One last very important note. Once your sections have been made, you must make any change to an assignment, to create a new assignment, to upload any new material, or to change any settings. You must do so at each section level itself. If you go back to your template now and add or change something in your template, it will not be reflected in any current sections. So please keep that in mind when you are creating and managing your sections area. And anytime you can go back and add additional sections by clicking the Add button, or if you've already made changes to an existing section and you would like to create a copy of that, you can easily do so by going to a section and under the Options menu, choose Copy as Section. This will copy everything that you've done, including any assignments in the future, and copy it into another section for you that will then be listed here on your Sections tab, and a new section ID will be generated for the copied section.